So this budget was about pressures now and priorities for the future. Let me put it this way. Every budget asks us to strike a series of fine balances, but this one was really defined by them, by a sense of balance. And I wanted to give you a few examples of why that's the case. First, we had to keep our balance in the face of complex cross-currents in the global and domestic economy. The lingering impact of 3 crises in 15 years, the pace of social and economic change that's still reverberating through the global economy in often unpredictable ways. There's some welcome resilience in the global economy, but there are warning signs for us as well. Challenges in the Chinese economy, deepening conflict in the Middle East, the persistence of inflation in some advanced economies. All of these pressures reveal an uncertain near-term future, and all while we deal with the longer-term shifts like the net zero transformation, the changing shape of our population, digitisation and geopolitical fragmentation. All of these go to the heart of our future security and prosperity. Now, amidst all of this, Australia has performed really well. Inflation is moderating, real wages are growing, the labour market has been resilient and business investment is strong. But at the same time, the combination of higher interest rates and higher inflation has weighed on our near-term growth prospects, and it's put our people under pressure. Responding to these cross-currents required steady hands when it came to inflation, required hard heads making sure that we are robust and rigorous and getting value for money and putting the budget on a more sustainable footing, and warm hearts, recognising that people are doing it tough and that we had an opportunity but also a responsibility to help where we could. And it also required a series of balanced judgments, balancing our primary objective to help people now and investing in the future at the same time. We know that inflation is easing, but Australians are still hurting, which is why the budget was built on a tax cut for every taxpayer, an average tax cut of $36 a week, bigger tax cuts for more people to help with the cost of living. And on top of that, responsible relief that directly reduces inflation, recognising that cost of living pressures aren't confined to one section of the community, that Middle Australia is impacted as well. And because we're a government for all Australians, we feel the responsibility to help all of our people at the same time as we offer more targeted support for those on lower and fixed incomes as well. So power bill relief for every household, another increase to rent assistance for almost 1 million renters, and freezing the maximum cost of PBS prescriptions are forecast to directly reduce headline inflation by 0.5 percentage point in 2024-25. Now, to use the jargon, this will also help keep inflation expectations anchored, which means that we are supporting monetary policy. Now, while the outlook is uncertain, Treasury's forecasts make it clear that our policies could see inflation return to target earlier, perhaps even by the end of the year, helping to turn the tide for more Australians who are under pressure and who remain the #1 focus of this government. Now, even as we continue to deal meaningfully and responsibly with the pressures of today, most importantly, inflation, we're also investing substantially in the future. Because our idea of balance doesn't mean standing still. We don't confuse familiarity with security. So the primary purpose of the budget was helping people now and fighting inflation in the process. But the longer sweep and context of the budget is important as well. Because we do need to build a new generation of prosperity for our people and our communities, and the budget was about that as well. You've heard it said and you've seen it written before that Australia has had 3 economies. The first was colonial and agricultural. The second was industrial behind a tariff wall. And the third was created when Paul and Bob opened us up to the global economy without selling out. And what we are now creating together is Australia's 4th economy. By grasping the vast industrial and economic opportunities of the global net zero transformation, making ourselves an indispensable part of it, combining technology and human capital, heavy industries, new industries and the care economy, leveraging our traditional strengths but powered by cleaner and cheaper energy. That's what a future made in Australia is all about. Modernising our economy and maximising our opportunities in a world of churn and change and on a path to net zero. Securing Australia's resilience and prosperity in a changing geostrategic and global economic environment.